London, the UK capital, is a 21st century city with history stretching back to Roman times. While London is modern, it's rooted in fascinating history, and you can find many attractions, restaurants, and even hotels that will make you feel like you've stepped back in time. In this video, I'll take you through the best historical spots in London that you absolutely need to visit. Let's get into it. Historical landmarks. The Tower of London. Travel back to 1066, where the Tower of London was a multifaceted marvel, fortress, palace, and prison. Commissioned by William the Maes after the Battle of Hastings, it was more than just a structure. It was a symbol of power. Over time, monarchs added layers to its history. In Tudor times, the Tower Green witnessed the tragic end of Anne Boleyn and Catherine Howard. It's not just bricks and stones, it's a living testament to London's super interesting past. Buckingham Palace. This royal residence has humble beginnings. Initially Buckingham House in the 1700s, it got a grand makeover by architect John Nash, transforming it into the Bath stone-clad masterpiece we see today. George VI envisioned the staterooms that you can explore now. Queen Victoria later made it the monarch's official residence, solidifying its iconic status in London. Newgate. This is a prison rooted in the city's history since the 12th century. Sir Richard Whittington's legacy left a mark, commemorated by the Whittington Stone. Despite its folklore charm, life inside was harsh, marked by disease and darkness. Controversial writers and thinkers, William Penn and Daniel Defoe, experienced its gloom. The prison evolved, surviving fires and rebellions until its final chapter in 1902, making way for the Old Bailey, another landmark that I'd recommend visiting. Historical restaurants. Wilton's. This is like a time machine for seafood lovers. Wilton's have been dishing out top-notch British food for over 280 years. It all started with George William Wilton's shellfish spot in Haymarket, and now it's this classy seafood joint in Jermyn Street. They even fill the Dover sole right at your table. And get this, Queen Victoria loved their oysters. So if you're up for a taste of history and seriously good eats, Wilton's is the spot. Rules. This isn't just a restaurant, it's a piece of living history since 1798. Tucked away in Covent Garden, it's been through the reigns of 9 monarchs. Started by Thomas Rule as an oyster bar, it survived World War II, serving up rationed meals. Think Charles Dickens and William Thackeray hanging out here? Oh, and it's been in novels and TV shows like Downton Abbey. The menu? Classic British vibes with a focus on game cookery, oysters, pies, and puddings. Veeraswamy. This has been London's OG Indian restaurant since 1926. Back on Regent Street, it was the first of its kind, offering real-deal Indian food in a posh setting. Even royals like Edward, the Prince of Wales, and big shots like Indira Gandhi hung out here. Fast forward to the 80s and they gave it a modern twist. Now, a blend of classic and modern Indian cooking. Their roast duck vindaloo and lamb shank slow-cooked for 6 hours will blow your mind. Historical hotels. These hotels will have you taking a trip back to the mid to late 19th century. Back then, these places weren't just spots to crash. They were considered retreats for folks navigating the hustle of London's railway network. And the best part is that these places still carry that wow factor today. With their intricate designs and amazing architecture, they've stood the test of time. Not to mention, they've hosted monarchs from around the globe and been the glam backdrop for showbiz bigwigs. It's like stepping into a piece of history where grandeur was part of London's hospitality DNA. If you want to live in the past for a short while, you absolutely have to check out these hotels. The Langham. The Langham opened its doors with a bang in 1865, hosting the Prince of Wales and sealing its fate as a truly grand hotel. This place is more than just bricks, it's a time capsule. The French Emperor Napoleon III himself wandered its halls in 1871, and Charles Dickens noted the hotel's expense and meal quality. Even Arthur Conan Doyle found inspiration here for his Sherlock Holmes stories. During World War II, this historic gem served as a first aid station for British soldiers and a hub for BBC broadcasts, weathering a bomb hit with resilience. Brown's Hotel. This has been London's oldest hotel since 1837. In the swinging 60s, it transformed into a destination spot, attracting a royal and celebrity guest list. Think monarchs from around the world and even Theodore Roosevelt before he became president. Brown's witnessed London's first-ever telephone call in 1876, courtesy of Alexander Graham Bell. Mark Twain used to stroll through the lobby in his dressing gown, capturing the attention of the world's media in 1907. British prime ministers and even a pre-queen, Princess Elizabeth, sought refuge in its timeless charm. Claridge's. Born from humble beginnings in 1856, this hotel is the epitome of London's elegance. After a substantial redesign in 1898, it became the go-to spot for London's young and hip partygoers, dancing away in its lavish ballroom. Queen Victoria herself graced the hotel in 1860. The Art Deco features added in 1929 transformed Claridge's into a hot spot. During World War II, it became a haven for exiled royalty and heads of state, creating stories like Winston Churchill declaring a sweet Yugoslavian territory for a day. Whether they're hosting royalty or crafting history, Claridge's is where London's past meets the present. I absolutely love how London's history has been preserved, and it's such a large part of both London and British culture. There are many more spots that I could recommend, but we'd be here all day. But before I let you go, I definitely recommend that you check out Madame Tussauds, the London Dungeon, and a Jack the Ripper tour to get a truly fun and immersive experience of London's history. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, then be sure to like and comment and subscribe to join me as I travel the globe. See you next time.